I caught my husband having a Snapchat conversation with our close friend where he mocked my attempts to seduce him and said he wished she could hold him. When I confronted him, he admitted they'd been having an affair for months. And the worst part wasn't the affair. It was reading what he said about me while I was sleeping 10 feet away. I've been married to Joel for 9 years. We have 2 kids, a mortgage, and what I thought was a good life. Not perfect, but stable. Happy enough. The kind of marriage where you fall asleep on the couch watching the same show every Thursday, and it doesn't feel boring. It feels safe. About a year ago, Joel started acting different. Not in big ways, small ones. He'd take his phone into the bathroom every time. He'd tilt the screen away when I walked past. He started working out more, buying new cologne, staying up after I went to bed. I noticed all of it. I just didn't want to believe what it meant. Then there was Nina. Nina was my friend. Not just Joel's friend, mine. We'd known her for 6 years. She came to our kids' birthday parties. She brought wine to our game nights. She sat at our table and told me I was lucky to have Joel, and I agreed with her because I thought I was. 3 weeks ago, Joel fell asleep on the couch with his phone unlocked on his chest. I wasn't planning to look, but the screen was lit up and I saw Nina's name at the top with a snap notification. I picked it up. I opened the conversation. What I found made my whole body go numb. It wasn't just flirting. It was a full relationship happening inside that app. Messages going back months. Photos I won't describe. Plans to meet during his lunch breaks. And in between all of that, conversations about me. Joel had sent her a message that said, "She tried to be romantic last night. Wore this outfit and everything." I almost felt bad. Nina replied, "That's so sad. She's really trying, huh?" Joel, "Yeah, I just wasn't into it. I kept thinking about you." Nina, "You should have called me instead." Joel, "I wish you could just hold me at night. She doesn't even know how to." I read that last line 3 times. She doesn't even know how to. I'd been lying next to this man every night for 9 years, and he was telling another woman I didn't know how to hold him. While I was in the next room, while our kids were asleep down the hall, I screenshot everything. Every message, every photo, every plan, every cruel word about me. I saved them to my own cloud account, and then I put his phone back on his chest exactly where it was. I went to bed. I didn't sleep. I lay there next to him and listened to him breathe, and I thought about every time I tried. Every outfit, every date night I planned, every time I reached for him, and he said he was tired. He wasn't tired. He was saving it for someone else. The next morning, I waited until the kids left for school. Joel was eating cereal at the table, scrolling through his phone like nothing was wrong. I sat down across from him. "I need to ask you something, and I need you to tell me the truth." He looked up. "Okay. Are you having an affair with Nina?" His face didn't change right away. It took about 2 seconds. Then the color drained out of it. "What? No. Why would you ask that?" "Because I read your Snapchat messages last night." He put his spoon down. "You went through my phone? You fell asleep with it open." I saw Nina's name and I looked, and I saw everything. He didn't deny it. He sat there for about 30 seconds, staring at the table, and then he said, very quietly, "It just happened." It didn't just happen. It happened every day for months. You planned it. You scheduled lunch breaks. You talked about me like I was a joke. I didn't mean those things. You told her I tried to seduce you, and you almost felt bad. You said you wished she could hold you instead of me. You said that, Joel, word for word. He put his head in his hands. I know how it sounds. It doesn't sound like anything. It is what it is. You mocked me to the woman you were sleeping with while I was in the next room trying to figure out why my husband didn't want me anymore. He started crying. I didn't. I was past crying. I'd done all my crying in the dark the night before, lying next to a man who wished someone else was there. I told him I wanted him out of the house by the end of the week. He asked if we could go to counseling. I said no. He asked if I could forgive him. I said I didn't know, but I knew I couldn't do it while looking at him. He moved in with his brother 3 days later. Nina texted me once. One message. "I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you." I didn't respond. You don't sit at someone's table, drink their wine, take their husband, and then say you never meant to hurt them.